I'm Freak Boy, and welcome to Freak Boy Runs. After taking a week hiatus off my videos, just so I wasn't feeling it, to be honest, I'm back here recording my tempo session. I don't have much break left here. My watch is beeping now. There. Hang on. There we go. I gotta pick up the pace now. The session is 10 by 4 minutes of tempo and then a minute rest in between. So far so good. I'm half done. This is number 6. Rather than tire myself out now, I'll pick you guys back up probably on the 10th interval and see how it's going then. Okay, back in the pocket. Okay, I'm just about to start the last rep. Here we go. So far, I've managed zone 3 every rep, which I'm very happy with, through 9 reps. Started off in low zone 3 and then inched up just a little bit each time, which is cool. That's what I wanted. That last one was right at the top of zone 3. So I expect on this one, especially, as usual, holding the camera and talking to the camera, it's gonna make my heart rate go higher than it would. My pace has slowed down a little bit, not too much, but I haven't been able to keep the original pace, which I was going about 7:30 per mile pace at the beginning. Last rep I think was in the high 7:30s, like 7:38 or so. I'm still in zone 3. So far so good, but getting pretty high in zone 3. Okay. I can't read my watch. But I got more than half of the rep to go, I would say. Okay, now I'm in zone 4. I'll wait for my announcement, my headphones, tell me how fast I'm going, to know whether or not I'm pushing it a little bit too hard or not. I'm basing this last rep on pace. Damn, my arm gets tired fast. Okay. I'm a little discombobulated right now. I think it just announced my pace, but I missed it. Even though I got nothing else going on in my headphones. Okay. I got about a minute left. Probably a little bit less. Okay, a lot of dead air here. Okay. Yeah, I'm going faster inadvertently. So this rep will probably be pretty close to what the first 4 or 5 were. Okay, there it goes. Sorry about all the dead air. I was having a lot of trouble thinking, coming up with anything to say. Okay, tell you what, let's shut her down here for a sec. I'm coming up to a bunch of workmen here with machinery, cutting up all the scrub, wood chipper, all of this stuff. So just take a break for a few minutes. I'll pick you guys up and summarize in a minute. Okay, I'm past all the machinery and noise now. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way that went. It was pretty much according to plan. I knew, especially since in rep 9, my heart rate was already 90% of the way through zone 3, that I wouldn't be able to hold it down. But I'm surprised it didn't go higher than it did. It was just at the bottom of zone 4 and even dipped back into zone 3 from time to time. I kept getting an announcement that it was back down just for a few seconds and then it would pop back up. So all in all, I gotta say I'm really happy with that session. A little bit easier than the kilometer repeats. It's a shorter running interval with the same amount of rest. It's kind of dark in here. Sorry about that. Just underneath the big freeway. Anyways, yeah. And the pace started out there at, like I said, the 7:30 per mile pace. Kept that pretty steady for the first 5 or 6 reps. Then I had an uphill one there at I believe that was number 6. Went uphill. Oh, I got some crud in my eye from all the dust and stuff that they were kicking up, cleaning that stuff up. Yeah, so I slowed down a little bit there, and then I don't remember our 7. Our 7 I think was maybe a little bit faster, back closer to the 7:30. Like, I'll have to look, I don't remember for sure, but maybe about 7:35 pace. And then 8 and 9 were in the high 7:30s pace wise. And then that last one, I guess just psychologically being on camera made me push a little bit harder. I was running at 7:25 pace there at one point. I'm not sure what it finished at. I won't know until I stop my watch and check the data. So anyways, let's wrap it up for today. Not sure yet what I'm going to do for a long run. I've changed my strategy a little bit as far as building back up to speed work and volume, but how about I explain that on Sunday on the long run and pick you guys back up then. All right, cheerio. Well, it's Monday today, not Sunday as I had planned, I did my Sunday long run yesterday. It was a 13.2 or 3 mile effort, basically a half marathon. I did it all on the grass. Almost all. There's some parts I had to do on the pavement, but pretty much 90% or more on the grass, just to continue to try and offload the load on my spine. I had planned to have my camera. Good morning. Actually, I did have my camera, and I had planned to do this part of the video yesterday, but my battery was dead, so I'm improvising. Yeah, it's been really nice for quite a few days now. Temperatures Fahrenheit in the 70s, and even on Friday I think up to 80. So trying to enjoy that. Unseasonable February weather while I can, for we're probably bound to get another cold snap before winter's over. Anyways, I said I was going to explain a little bit about my change of strategy, I guess, with regards to building up my intensity and mileage. And that change is essentially, I've taken a 10K training plan, and initially I was just going to jump into it, and I decided it had a speed session on a Tuesday and a tempo session on a Thursday. The tempo session being kind of the much less intense version of speed work. So I decided that first week just to do tempo, decided that again the second week, and then by the third week, which was now actually 2 weeks ago, so I've done 4 of them, I decided I'm really gonna just kind of do all of the tempos of that training plan without doing the speed work, and do that once through. I just really want to be cautious building up my speed work. I want to have a really long, gradual, slow build for the Edmonton Marathon. And so once I get through, it's basically an 8-week plan, but it'll take me 6 weeks to do those 6 tempo runs. And I may or may not do any deload week. I haven't so far. It's just a tempo. I haven't done anything significant for a long run until yesterday. So as of yesterday, I've been building back up to that. And I'd done a bunch of 7s and 8s. Last week I think I did a 10-mile long run. I think I'll probably stick with another 13 next week, but depending on how I feel, maybe I'll do a deload week, maybe not, but I'll get through all of those 6 tempo sessions, then probably for sure do a deload week once that's done, and then go back into the full 10K plan. And that should take me right up to about the time when I'm supposed to be starting the marathon training plan for Edmonton. So that should take me right towards the beginning of April, and I think I have to start marathon training plan in the middle of April. The only thing I'll be doing different once I start doing the 10K plan, the full 10K plan, is that I'm going to start building the long runs up again very slowly. Maybe a mile more every couple of weeks. And that way I'll have my long run built up before I start the marathon plan, and I'll have had a full 10K plan under my belt. That plus strength and conditioning, plus the daily rehab work that I've been doing now for over 2 months, that my physiotherapist has me doing for my back and glute. I'm hoping that has me starting off pretty strong in April. So that's the current plan. That's what I'm going to do. Plans are meant to change, so we'll see if I stick to the exact sequence that I just laid out, but I think there's a good chance it'll be pretty close. Anyways, that's I think all I've got for this week. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. If you're enjoying the content in any way, hit the like button below. Subscribe if you haven't done that yet. Comment and share if you dare. And until next time on Freak Boy Runs, embrace the misery. Freak Boy out.